How's it going, Talk Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for our first game of 2025 as we travel to the Molyneux to take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. So before I get into the preview, I wish you guys a happy new year. Hope 2025 is the best year that you've had so far. Hopefully it's Forest's best year in a very long time. And yeah, hope you had a great Christmas if you do celebrate Christmas. That 3 points against Tottenham and the 3 points against Everton, making that period even better. So hopefully you guys did have a great time over that period of the year. But yeah, we focus our attention now to our game against Wolves, who have just recently appointed a new manager, Vitor Pereira, I believe his name is. 2 games, I believe they've had him in charge for. Maybe it might be 3. I think it's 3. Man United, Leicester and Spurs, and they're unbeaten in all 3 of those games. So it'll be really, really interesting to see whether this is sort of a new manager bounce and see whether this is something that's going to, be a short-term thing and then things will start to sort of level off to what they were, or whether he's going to come in and really make a good difference for them. We'll have to wait and see. But I feel like, given the way that we've played over the last month, we've got to be really, really confident going into this one because 5 wins on the spin over the December period. You can't be anything other than confident. Chris Wood's back on the goals. Alanga's in great form. Gibbs White's playing some fantastic football. Our defence looks so strong. Matt Sells, unbelievable keeper. Our midfield can control games. We can switch between a 5 at the back and a 4 at the back. It's amazing to see. It really, really is. It's such a great time to be a Forest fan, and I love it so much. I mean, look at December, right? Nuno's up for Manager of the Month for the Premier League. Gibbs White's up for the Premier League Player of the Month, even though he didn't win Player of the Month for the club. That was Alanga, who also had an equally as good shout of getting into it. Save of the Month, we've got a contender, and Goal of the Month, we've got a contender. So all 4 of the monthly awards that Premier League put on, we've got a contender for all of them. Little old Forest, that's mental. That's absolutely mental. And it just shows whereabouts we are, the sort of level that we're at. It's fantastic, and I'm so happy that, pardon me, that we managed to make this decision, or this change, sorry, and it's just brilliant. It's just so good. Wolves then, like I say, have had a little bit of an upturn in results of late, which they've needed. There's a channel that I've watched once or twice of a Wolves fan who does match reactions, and it's safe to say he wasn't very pleased. I think it was Ipswich, I believe, and I think it was West Ham, the games that I watched, 2 of the last few games under the Gary O'Neill tenureship, and he was really, really not happy. So they definitely needed a change. They felt anyway, and they needed something to change. I like Gary O'Neill, don't get me wrong, and I was really shocked, really shocked when I saw that he got the sack from Bournemouth, or they parted company with him from Bournemouth, because I thought he did a really good job keeping them up and keeping them whereabouts they were. Obviously, they've gone to kick on under Iraola, who I think has done a really good job for them. But I thought it was a good appointment for Wolves. Not what they usually have been going for in the past couple of years. Have been going for sort of Portuguese managers, and they got a Lopetegui, who's a Spaniard who's got pedigree, and then they went for a English manager who's not really someone that they would probably have usually go for. He's a newly sort of a new manager in the arena, really. I know he had a year or so at Bournemouth, but he's not got tons of experience. But they took a gamble on him, and he did all right season 1. I think he did quite well, but this season it didn't really work out for him. There was you kind of know when the manager's on his way, when he's saying things like he was saying in the press conference, distance himself from the players, when players on the pitch sort of fighting after the full time with Ike Nuri and Matthias Cunha, who swiped off this bloke's glasses. You know that the days are numbered and it's not looking good. So they needed to make a change, and they brought in another Portuguese gaffer. They've gone back to what they've been, famous for doing. They brought in Nuno, and look at what he did for them. So yeah, look, they've gone back to that, and whether it will be, like I say, a manager bounce, their new upturn in form, we'll have to wait and see. But like I say, regardless of that, I think we should be okay. Nuno returning back to the Molyneux then. I don't know if he actually did return to the Molyneux in his tenureship of of Tottenham, because when he was with us last season, Cooper was in charge at the Molineux. It was a 1-1 draw just before Christmas, I think. I think it was around like the 19th or something, or the 11th. I remember it was one of Cooper's last games. It was a 1-0 draw. We felt like that might have been a battling performance, trying to keep Cooper in the job, but it wasn't quite enough. We went on to lose against Spurs of all teams, and then he got his marching orders. But yeah, it'll be the first time, I believe. I could be wrong. I should have checked it, but it could potentially be the first time that Nuno returns to the Molineux. So it'll be really interesting to see what the reaction he gets. I'm sure they'll give him a warm reception. He was a massive, massive fans' favourite there. Took them from the Championship all the way to the Europa League, and hopefully he'll be getting us into the Europa League this season at least, because I think I'll take the Conference League, but I think Europa League is an attainable achievement. But yeah, I think this is a real test for us, to be honest with you, on Monday. I think that Wolves, like I say, are on a good little bit of form. They're going to be full of confidence after wins against Leicester, Man United, and a draw against Tottenham to make them, feel a little bit better about themselves in terms of the relegation picture. But I think they're going to feel confident, not at the level of confidence that we've got, because obviously we're going into it with 5 wins on the spin. Their main man, Matthias Cunha, is suspended because he did wipe the glasses off that bloke's face, that Ipswich Town member of staff's face, and he's not going to be playing this one. So that is a positive for us. Their main attacking threat is going to be out, so that's always going to be something for us. Even though I think our defence do have enough in them to cause him a real headache in terms of how he tries to get past them and keep him quiet, I like to think anyway. But yeah, going to this one, I think we should be all right. I feel like we should be confident. Gibbs White going back to the Molineux, I know they don't like him there anymore after he left, and they feel like he was a bit cocky or whatever. Who cares? I love Gibbs White. He's a brilliant player. He's been fantastic for us. The way he played against Everton was outrageous. The pass he put on for the Chris Wood goal was unbelievable. Yeah, I think he's a brilliant, brilliant player, and I really do think that he could have a massive impact on this game. Get him on the ball in the middle of the park, running at the defence, the play going through him. He could really, really have a field day, and it'll be amazing, amazing to see. But yeah, I just think altogether, all round, we're just such a good unit. And I've seen a few people, like pundits, Paul Merson being one of them, who's completely saying Forest are not going to get top 4. They might be, get top 6, top 7, but they're not getting top 4. Why not? We're a real solid unit, a real solid team that work together. You even saw off the pitch over the New Year's break, that little couple of days, they were on a sort of skiing trip together. I don't believe any of them probably went skiing because of it feeling like they might get injured, but they all went to the mountains, and they had a great time together from what we can see on social media. So they're spending time together off the pitch as well as on the pitch, which is a really, really great sign. So hopefully that keeps the morale up, the cohesion together, and it's a really, really really good, really encouraging sign. So yeah, look, they're off the pitch, on the pitch, they've got the harmony, the unity, the unified, and I think, why not? Why can't they kick on? Why can't they keep going and keep this good run going? We can adapt, we can switch, we can change our style of play, our formation. We can adapt to the situation in front of us. We can go to big teams and get points, get 3 points. It's really encouraging. So hopefully we can keep it going. I don't see why we can't. Going into this one then, I think we should be getting 3 points from this. We should be getting 3 points. The song that's been ringing around away ends up and down the country is, we're the Forest, the mighty Forest. We never win away. We always win away. I've been watching the Pie Faces Plymouth vlogs. He sings they never win away because they've had an awful, torrid time on the road. But we've had an amazing away record over the past couple of months. So hopefully we can keep that going, and another away win would be on the cards for us. But yeah, going into this one, I think we don't want to change too much. Depends on how Murillo's doing. I know he was taken out in the warm-up against Everton, and Ramon Sousa was brought in, and we went from a 5 to a 4, and went to sort of that 4-2-3-1, which Nuno has brought along with him since he sort of came in for the majority of his time here. So it'll be interesting to see whether Santiago, no, that's the name that was on the when he did his gender reveal. Santiago was on the that like the baby Santiago thing. What am I on about? Hopefully Murillo's okay. he's not injured for too long, but it'll be interesting to see whether or not he's featuring on Monday. But I think, you don't want to mix things up too much. I don't know whether Ramon Sousa's starting to shout, maybe bringing Hudson-Odoi back. He wasn't in the squad, I don't think, against Everton, so hopefully he'll be okay for this one. Be lovely to see him cut inside and put one in the back of the net like he does so many times. But yeah, look, I think we've got a real opportunity to keep this good one going. Wolves are a side who, like I say, have had a bit of an upturn in form, but I think we should still be okay. I'm going to go for 2-0 Forest. I feel like we can do that. Now they haven't got Matthias Cunha, I think they're going to be a little bit less of a threat up top. He's a real playmaker and they're geezer to get the goals. So I think for me, we should be winning 2-0 in this one. But they do have some really good players. João Gomez is a really decent player they've got in there. Hagi Chan is someone who might step up and try and take the burden on from the Cunha absence. But I think we should have enough in us. We should have enough in us to get over the line, and Nuno can get his win over his former side. I was at the game, the 1-1 draw to at the start of the season. I felt like we probably should have beaten them that day. They didn't really have many chances. They scored their limited opportunity. So hopefully we can go and get the 3 points that we would love to keep this amazing run going. Can't believe we're going into 2025, placed third in the Premier League. It's kind of wild to me. But yeah, really looking forward to this one on Sky, so I'll be able to watch it, and yeah, hopefully we can get all 3 points and keep this amazing run going. If I had to go for goal scorers, I would go for Chris Wood, and I will go for, I'd love to see Callum Hudson-Odoi score. In terms of a lineup, I'm not going to go too much into the lineup because I think it should probably be what it was. Maybe with Murillo coming in if possible, but we'll have to wait and see. And Hudson-Odoi coming in for Ramon Sousa, who I don't think did a bad job, but I think having in Callum Hudson-Odoi would be lovely to see. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already and you are new around here. And yeah, thank you for watching, and come on, you Reds.